right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, 1972. Giving this one 5 out of 5 stars. It's one of those so bad that it's good type movies. This is going to be another Barry Mahon directed movie, at least the Jack and the Beanstalk portion of it. The amazing story of Santa in big trouble and his exciting rescue by the daring ice cream bunny. It's breathtaking, fun for all new. And there's the ice cream bunny in the fire truck. This is available in matinees only, Saturday and Sunday. Scooping up the Santa Claus. Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny is a 1972 U.S. musical fantasy film written, composed, shot, and edited and directed by Richard Weiner to frame Barry Mahon's childhood production films for a Christmas release. The plot concerns Santa Claus attempts to flee his sleigh from the sands of a Florida beach, assisted by local children. Is there a plot in this? Who's the bad guy? Different prints feature one of two films within the film that take up a majority of the film itself. They are Mahon's previously filmed 1970 adoptions of Hans Christian Andersen's Thumbelina or Benjamin Tabert's Jack and the Beanstalk. I watched the Jack and the Beanstalk version on YouTube, and I posted the link in the description for your viewing displeasure. Also posted a link to the trailer in the description. A few days before Christmas in Santa's workshop at the North Pole, Santa's elves lament via song about how they make toys while Santa is away. Santa's reindeer return, but without Santa or his sleigh, prompting the elves to wonder again in song what happened to Santa. Meanwhile, Santa has crash landed on a beach in Dania Beach, Florida, gotten his sleigh stuck in the sand, and been abandoned by his reindeer. Santa sings, bemoaning his predicament, then falls asleep. I'm about ready to fall asleep myself. I fell asleep during the last 5 minutes of this. It's one of those so bad that it's good type movies. And allegedly, it's the worst Christmas movie of all time. All right. Distributed by R&S Film Enterprises, Inc. Release date December 1972. A running time 96 minutes. My version was only 80 minutes. No, 70 minutes. My version was 70 minutes. Country, United States. Language, English. In his sleep, Santa telepathically summons several local children who run to him and they offer to help. Santa explains that they must find a way to put his sleigh from the sand as he cannot abandon it. The kids bring Santa several animals to pull the sleigh, including a horse, a donkey, a cow, a sheep, a pig, and a gorilla. Really a man in a gorilla suit. We like that on this channel. Meanwhile, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn watch and comment on the action from a distance. When all attempts fail, Santa encourages them not to give up hope, and Santa begins to tell them the story of Thumbelina as an example. The film then cuts away to instead show Barry Mahon's previously produced film version of Thumbelina, in which a girl visits the now defunct theme park Pirates World, hears the story in a Hans Christian Andersen attraction, and she imagines herself as the title character. The Mahon film plays in its entirety, complete with its original credit sequence, and runs twice as long as the frame narrative. Alternate prints use another Mahon fairy tale adaptation, Jack and the Beanstalk, as Santa's story. which was the version that I just watched. Afterwards, Santa again encourages the children to always believe, and they go off to find help. Santa takes off his coat, and again he falls asleep. He wakes up to the sound of an antique fire engine, which is being driven by the titular ice cream bunny, whom the children's dog Rebel has summoned. The ice cream bunny drives the children through Pirates World to the beach. I was wondering what that Pirates World business was for. I couldn't figure it out because I was watching Jack and the Beanstalk. Santa puts on his coat to prepare to meet them. He thanks the children for their help. He accepts the ice cream bunny's offer to drive him back to the North Pole. Santa reminds the children one last time to always have faith as they depart. The children realize that Santa's sleigh is still stuck in the sand. All right, and that's pretty much the movie. The Thumbelina version was released on VHS by United Home Video, but is different from the theatrical version that the film Thumbelina is shown after the Santa portion rather than during it. The Jack and the Beanstalk version has not been released on video, but the included film was released on DVD by Image Entertainment in 2002. It was also part of Weird Christmas on Fandor. I've got to check out Weird Christmas. All right. I may have looked this up previously. Fandor Weird Christmas. It's got Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, Black Christmas, and Red Christmas. I've already got Santa Claus Conquers the Martians and Black Christmas on my movies list. And recently I added Red Christmas. With the great D. Wallace. I got to see Red Christmas. On December 17, 2010, Riff Tracks released Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny with their synchronous commentary as a video on demand download. It has since been available on DVD as well as by Legend Films, as well as an extended in-studio edition. and it has been hosted as a Riff Tracks title on streaming services. On December 3rd, 2015, Riff Tracks presented a live screening of Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny in theaters across the United States. For this performance, the alternate Jack and the Beanstalk version was used. It is considered one of their popular titles, and it had clips later featured in Riff Tracks The Game. That would be a nice Christmas gift for Karate Man or Adrian. Riff Tracks The Game. This gets an extremely low 1.4 out of 10. I don't think Kirk Cameron's Christmas movie gets that low rating, but I could be wrong. Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, 1972, rated G, 1 hour 36 minutes. I think that's the Thumbelina version, not the Jack and the Beanstalk version. 1,700 ratings on IMDb. When Santa's sleigh gets stuck in Florida, he tells a group of kids the story of Thumbelina. Here's a very unflattering review from Jay Malstead. All right, here are some must-see movies. Thumbelina, 1.5. Fun and Balloon Land, 1.3. Santa Claus, 2.7. And The Wonderful Land of Oz, 2.1. I may have seen one of these, but I'll try to add the other three. I'm thinking I watched and reviewed The Wonderful Land of Oz, which is another Barry Mahon torture movie. Torture in terms of torture to watch. Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn make cameos because Barry Mahon tried to make a Tom Sawyer movie but gave up after one day of filming. The footage was likely included to help pad the film because Mahon's earlier Thumbelina, 1970, or Jack and the Beanstalk, 1970, and some prints were used. The Ice Cream Bunny has nothing to do with ice cream. Santa Claus. I think Santa Claus is quoted as saying, "I think I'd better put my coat on very quickly. Can't let anybody see Santa Claus without his coat. Just put this belt on quickly as you can and see what's going on." 2 sets of opening credits and end tags are used in the movie, one for the Santa portion and one for the fairy tale portion. The VHS release from United Home Video and the Riff Tracks edition DVD from Legend Films feature Thumbelina. When the Riff Tracks live version was shown in theaters on December 3rd, 2015, it featured Jack and the Beanstalk, 1970. This was edited from Thumbelina, 1970. Release date November 18th, 1972 in the United States. Country of origin, United States. Language, English, also known as something in Russian characters. I can't make out what the Russian version of this is. Filming locations: Pirates World Amusement Park, Sheridan Street, Dania, Florida, USA. Production company R&S Film Enterprises, Inc. Runtime 1 hour 36 minutes. Sound mix mono. Aspect ratio 1.85 to 1. And Santa Claus looks like Santa Claus versus the Devil. Fun in Balloon Land. That might be, if that's a Christmas movie, it might be the worst of all time. Fun in Balloon Land. Because it only gets a 1.3 on IMDb. I will try to add Thumbelina, Fun in Balloon Land, and Santa Claus once I get off this movie review. But first, let me read you the review, the featured review on IMDb. Jim Mamulstead. Let's see. I clicked on Jim Mamulstead name instead of the actual review itself. Oh, here we go. Okay. Well, so much for that. I'm not having much luck with this. All right. So going down the pike while I'm waiting for this thing, we've got. Well, first I'm going to check out Footprints of God with Stephen K. Ray, the goofball on form.org. I got to sit through that. Hopefully I can get to Fire Down Below. I'm going to trash it this morning. I mean, tonight I'm going to trash Fire Down Below 1997. There's Steven Seagal environmentalist propaganda. But it's a good movie because, according to Karate Man, Steven Seagal is helping Mother Earth, which is a dubious assertion. All right, here's the. Oh. And then after Fire Down Below, I'll watch another episode of Footprints of God with Stephen Ray. And then I'll watch number 17, 1932. And another episode of Footprints of God with Stephen K. Ray. And then The Trail Better, 1951. So that's what's coming down the pike. Hopefully I can get to number 17 on Monday. That's my goal. I got an early start this morning. So I'm on somewhat of a roll this weekend, even though the Footprints of God with Stephen K. Ray has slowed me down. All right. So the title of the featured review on IMDb is enough to put you off Christmas. It's dated December 9th, 2009. All right, here goes. I just watched this movie online. Wow. It's so hideously bad. It makes some notoriously bad movies like Edward D. Wood look like Citizen Kane. The only motivation I could think that this abomination was produced in the first place was simply because some guys had a couple of tacky looking fancy dress outfits laying around in the loft and they decided to make a movie with them. The plot, or lack of, consists of a particularly creepy Santa stranded on a beach in Florida because a sleigh is trapped beneath 2 grains of sand. We learn that his reindeers have already flown back to the North Pole, courtesy of some grainy looking stock footage. Santa sings a song. Santa waves his hand around a lot, and Santa telepathically enlists the help of some neighborhood kids to bring their household pets to help them out of this pickle. One girl turns up with a guy in a gorilla suit, while others with a variety of farmyard animals. Even Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer join Santa's helpers, but this is all to no avail. So he decides to tell the story of Thumbelina to some really bored looking children. Now, the version I watched didn't have the story of Thumbelina at this point, like the original release, and it simply fades to black and then back to Santa being creepy. For no reason whatsoever, some other guy in a white rabbit costume drives a fire truck with an awful lot of children passengers towards the beach, only to detour through an amusement park and finally get to the beach while the children sing songs. Santa and the rabbit character mumble to each other, and then they take off. The kids run back to Santa's sleigh, and it mysteriously vanishes. Then comes the Thumbelina adaptation, which in a nutshell is a fairly pretty girl singing songs around the same amusement park Mr. Rabbit took an inane detour through. The narration of the story sounds like it's coming through a PA system, and the sets look like something in the average fourth grader's Christmas nativity. However, this is the best part of SC and TICB. Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny, simply because the girl who plays Thumbelina can carry a tune when she sings. I can only imagine that the intention of the movie was to advertise Pirate World, the amusement park where most of it is based, quite the way Santa Claus 1985 advertised a certain fast food restaurant and soft drink brand. As a movie, this is the poorest you could ever find. Everything about it is amateur, from the acting to the set design to the photography, editing, and direction, which is what we love on this channel. We love so bad that it's good type movies. Even the songs are akin to type of a 6-year-old could come up with. A kazoo heavy scene is also inferior. This could surpass for entertainment as a movie. And if it's intended to be a 90-minute advert, it fails at that too. Pirate World shut down around 1975. With the movie to advertise it, I'm expecting Santa's Wake very soon. And that's the review from Jemima Milstead. Jamal Molstead. And I'm ready to take a little nappy poo. Wake up and watch some more Stephen K. Ray goofball nonsense about the Old Testament. But first, I'm going to look up and see if I can find those other low-rated movies. I'm particularly interested in Fun in Balloon Land. So wish me luck. Laters.